All right, kids. I'm building a rack for my screens. And what I'm using is some aluminum. And this is that aluminum rod that you can get that welds the aluminum cans together. So I thought I'd show you. First, you got to heat up the base aluminum. You don't heat up the stick. So I got to heat this side up, and I got to heat this side up. And then you just start dragging it across. Once it starts going like that, then you know you're warm enough. But I gotta, as I'm burning off my stuff that sticks. Add the heat, see if it drags. Because you don't want to melt the aluminum. You just want it hot enough to, there it goes, just like that. Gonna heat it up a little bit, and then you're done. Easy peasy, yeah, right? Oh, shit. And don't forget, the aluminum is fucking hot all the time. Heat, I swear, aluminum holds in heat better than steel. I don't know. So it takes forever for it to cool down so you can actually touch it. So yesterday I started to make this actual thing out of this wood, and then realized anytime I would slide a screen onto it, this fiber board would freaking flake off and get stuff all on the screens, and we can't have that. But I didn't waste it. I actually used it as a jig to hold my aluminum so that I can solder these things together and make the rack for the screens. So that's where we're at. That's what we're doing. I'm trying to get this done so I can work on other things. I got to resort to burning up some clips in order to weld this little piece on. Getting the heat all in everywhere. And when you take the flame off, be careful where you point it. You don't want to point at carpet. As long as you got heat all the way through your area, you can weld everything. And I give it a little blast at the very end just to get everything all the same temperature after putting on the stick and going from there. Yeah, that's fun. This is totally fun. You can't see much of this side, but it's the same concept. So I've been holding it together with this piece after I got it all squared up, measured and adjusted and all that shit. So trying to remove clamps without moving it has been the hard part. But I think I got it. I think. Of course, this is not a precision piece of equipment. This is just me trying to make a rack. And I tried using my little jeweler's torch. That didn't work. It needs more heat all over the place, where the jeweler's is kind of short, sweet, and to the point. Now that I've got all four corners kind of done, then I can flip it over. And it's always nice to realize that once you got it all together, it's too wide. I gotta take a ½ inch out of it. Trying not to bend it. I measured like 15 times. I still got it fucking wrong. Jesus. And there we have it. So yeah, I got a rack that cost me $75 in aluminum to make. All day to make it. Half the day to repair it because I made it too wide. But now I can put my screens in here because I'm planning on using a closet in the house as a drawing room whenever I coat them, because it's really easy to make that in the dark area and so no light can get in and I don't expose my screens when I don't want to. So there you go. Oh God, I'm building something. All right, I'm on this lifelong trip of trying to learn how to screen print. So it looks a little yellow in here because this is my makeshift fucking dark room It's my spare bedroom with all my junk in it. So there's all kinds of shit. I'm expecting all kinds of issues with this, but I'm going to try to do something here. So, I just got these degreased and dehazed and dried with my little heater. And there's a little rack I made. I have it in my closet on the bottom. And because it's dark. This is one room that, is dark. So I can leave these in here and let them dry for a couple days and not be too worried about exposure. This is the house, which isn't bad. If that gets opened up and we get a towel out or something like that, then yeah, it might be an issue. This is what I have to deal with. So I've got 5 good screens that I'm going to try to coat today, and this is the next step, is trying to coat them with some emulsion. And then once I let them dry, then I'm going to package them up into bags, garbage bags that are black, so that I don't screw them up and expose them somewhere else, transferring them or doing some whatever. At least that's my idea, because I have nowhere really to put a lot of screens right now. And this is the next step. We got to put some emulsion on here. We're going to try this out. All right. That was way harder than I thought. I totally screwed up. I did happen to get 4 screens actually, coated with emulsion. So I'll show you here in a second. All right. There's 4 screens. So I tried my best on the shittiest ones first, the 2 wood ones that are down there, and then worked my way up. Got my little heater going, and I'm going to let these just dry for the next 24 hours or so in my yellow room. And so I got the coating it, and I'm like, okay, I got my stuff over here, this setup, got my little table where I can put my screen and go back and forth and do all this stuff. See said towel? Said towel was not on the ground before I did it. Fuck! Yeah, emulsion on my carpet. But this is the spare room, so who gives a shit? But always do prep work to keep your shit and stuff from doing what it's not supposed to do. So anyway, I don't know. Can you do stuff on here? Yeah, I got a big old drip. But this was from when I first did it, and I didn't have the towels down. Yeah, I don't think that's coming out. Damn, that sucks. But we're going to try. Well, hell, that ain't too bad. It actually came out. A little bit of Lysol cleaner, and scrubbing it around, and getting it soaked in to a towel. Okay, disaster, somewhat averted. If I don't tell Cindy, she won't even notice it. As she watches this video. Shit. Well, that was bust number 2. The first one completely blew out. I didn't expose it hardly nearly long enough. This one I thought I exposed long enough, and I still end up blowing it out. So I got 2 more screens that I can play with and see how long it takes for proper exposure on this stuff. But like this screen was kind of screwy because it was warped, so the glass didn't sit. So I had to stand there and actually push the glass down to keep the stencil all the way down on it. This one's gonna go bye-bye. All right, so I tried the screen. I did it for a little bit longer. I think I did this one at 4 minutes. The problem is I forgot to put the glass on top of the stencil to hold it down, and consequently, I got fuzzies. And I realized that after the time was done, that it was like, oh yeah, you got to put the glass on the stencil so that this stuff will, gets pushed right down on top of it, and it didn't. It came right up. And so that's what you get whenever you don't put your glass down on top of your stencil when you're burning your screen. This, however, is a good screen. I remembered to put the glass down, and you can see all the detail in everything on here. And it actually came out pretty damn good. I'm surprised in my way of doing things. So this is the 2-color crane, and you can see some of the You know, that's not too bad. So we're going to give this a shot and see if I can't make a shirt. It doesn't look like that all came out. God damn it. But that's okay. That's not part of the picture. This all is. So this will be the red. And you can see like there's some little spots there that are pretty. You know, you gotta get in there and see the little colors. Which is pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. This is only the third. This is the third, fourth, and fifth screen I've coated and burned. And yeah, so we're up to a 6-minute exposure time on this with the little 50-watt cheap ass LED UV light that I got off Amazon for like 35 bucks. Yeah. We're going to get it. We're going to make it. We're making something. No, that one little piece that I thought was clogged, it's not. It's right in there. You can see it. And if I move it like towards the sky. There. So I'm letting these post-expose and dry out, and then we're going to try some more shit.